friends. You cannot learn anything from the movies or other things or games. They cannot teach you. But who can teach you the critical thinking? The great books. And I'm not telling you to read any book. You have to, I'm here mentioning you that you have to read great books. Okay. Number 8 is dealing with people smarter than you. Dealing with people smarter than you means the people who are more smarter than you have to deal with them. For example, your teacher, it could be your teacher, your grandfather, your grandmother, okay, or the experienced persons who are very professional. Maybe you can find it in your family. Here in Gulf countries, especially in Gulf countries, or during pandemic also, we are locked at home. Okay, so we don't interact our relatives and friends or parents friends also. So what you can do, you can just keep in touch with them, what they are doing, what they are reading. Okay, so these smarter people, these people who are more smarter than you, they will teach you critical thinking, not directly but indirectly. Okay, learn computer languages like coding and Python, HTML as also, because these languages like coding, Python, with Python, HTML, they have some reasoning and logic you have to apply there. So rather than wasting the time on watching YouTubers, okay, they'll make you laugh, don't waste the time with them. Learn these languages like coding, Python, HTML, etc. These languages will teach you logic and reasoning. And in the future, by the way, it is said that coding and learning these languages will be the part of studies, maybe from grade 7 or maybe from grade 6, it will become compulsory for all the curriculums. So I hope you have, I hope you will tick the level of this skill on your paper. Is it you are having this skill, logic and reasoning in you or not? Okay, logic and reasoning means you are applying good logics to the situations, good reasoning skills you have. Maybe you can understand from science subject. You are applying good reasoning there. You are interconnecting the things, the study materials. Okay, it will show you you are good critical thinker or not. Okay, so I hope you will tick this second skill also. Now come to the third skill. Am I fast? I don't think I am fast. Okay, so come to number 3 skill. It's creativity. Okay, as the World Economic Forum senior writer Alex Gray explains, with the avalanche of new products, means when people launch new products like cosmetics or any computer products like that, new technologies and new ways of working, employees are good to have to become more creative in order to benefit from these changes. You know, as I have told you in the beginning also, I have spoken in the beginning also, that world is changing rapidly. There is a tough competition outside, so you need to learn creativity also. See, robots may help us get where we want to be faster, but they can't be as creative as humans. They are not creative. Some students, last time I was having discussion and they were telling no need to do anything, robots will do anything. Who is creating robots are not creative than humans. We should be more creative than robots. And actually Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and God has made us more creative than these robots. So creativity is predicted to become a key skill in future. So before you dismiss yourself as a non-creative person, remember that creativity is not just to be musician and most of the students, they say that, oh, I am not creative, I am very dry person. No, everyone is having some creativity. If you are able to connect the dots with seemingly disparate information and throw all the ideas together to present something new, then you are a creative person. Okay, who is a creative person? A person who is able to connect the dots with seemingly disparate information. Whatever information you are having, you have to gather these information and throw all the ideas together to present something new. Then you are a creative person. The problem with the creative process is the inherent, whatever you have, whatever is existing within you. There is simply no one way to creatively problem solve something, in saying that there are ways to unleash the creativity within you. Maybe you have many creativities in you, have to just unleash this creativity. Most of the boys, they have the creativity more than girls, but what they say, they say, oh, creativity is the just task for girls. No, this is for everyone. And not only artists but professional also, they should have some creativity in themselves, because in future creativity would be the best criteria to become a good professional, to do a job, or to start a company, or whatever field in you are, there should be creativity. So there are ways to unleash this creativity, and I'm just gonna tell you how you can unleash your creativity, because you cannot create creativity yourself, but you have to search what creativity I am having. So number one strategy to improve creativity is by exercising curiosity and self expression on a regular basis. Okay, some other things you can do include giving yourself time to let your thoughts wander. Okay, the problem is you're not thinking about the world, you're not thinking about the professions, you're not thinking about the studies. Only mugging up answers is not studies. Okay, this is not a part of education. Some other things you can do include giving yourself time to let your thoughts wander. Okay, let your thoughts wander here and there to increase your creativity. That's why some of our best ideas come to us in the shower. Some of the students, they are more creative, they have more creative ideas when they take the shower. So our problems is we think bad things, we remember bad things, so only negativity floats in our minds. So whenever you are thinking negative, said this to you, your father said that to you, and what the students do, they just think negative. Okay,
Ma'am, you are muted.
Yes, ma'am.
yes, now I'm unmuted. Okay, so rather than having negative thoughts in your mind all the times, what you can do, you can increase your creativity. You can increase your creativity by thinking good things. Okay, so making it a habit to sit down and create body of work when you are sleepy, because when your brain is unfocused, it's less processed. Okay, so you can have some creative thoughts when you are sleepy. Okay, and number 4 strategy to increase creativity is using limitations as a starting point of creativity. Using limitations as a starting point for creativity means, what if you don't have any resource? For example, if you don't have any resource, still you are able to complete the tasks. Okay, this will increase your creativity. For example, if you are doing a project or making a model or art and craft or cooking something, and there is a situation you don't have a material, what you will do? Please write the answers in the chat box. One of you, I will just ask you, can you ask me this question? Please raise your hands. Just only one student I will allow, others they can write in the chat box. Okay, my question is, if you are doing a project or making a model or art and craft or cooking something, and there is a situation you don't have a material, okay, what you will do? Yes.
Ma'am, can I answer?
Oh, who is this?
Ma'am, Faiza Shireen.
Yes, Faiza.
Ma'am, we will try to solve it, or we can recycle things.
You can recycle things. Okay, very good, Faiza. Other students, you can send your answers in the chats. Okay, I will just read some answers. If you have,
Ma'am, we can use another material.
just write down in the chat box. I will check. Okay, so few students, they have written that we will try to replace it with some material. Zubia Khan, she has written like that. And Ramsha, she has written, try to find a substitute. Okay, very good. And other, Shirin, she wrote, find some new material. Okay, good. Okay. But here you are telling me like this, but on real field, I have seen many students. For example, I was teaching physics A level, and I was doing some practicals with the A level students, and they are grade 12, grade 11 students, right? And sometimes the school was not providing us some materials in physics for do some practicals, like for electricity and all these. But what I was doing Indian Jugaad. You know, Indian Jugaad means I was picking up the materials, other materials, and I was making a little bit change in my experiment, and then I was doing. So my students say, why do you put extra effort in these? You should ask to school to provide so many, you know, instruments and materials. So I was telling them, it is not necessary that we should have all the materials all the time. Similarly, life doesn't provide us resources most of the time. Okay, you maybe you have seen many students, they don't have house, they are but they don't stop studying. Okay, I have seen the story of one IAS officer. She's a girl, and she was living in a small house of one room, and in that room she has studied IAS. So with the less resources, she has done, she did not go to any classes, she did not join any classes for IAS, but she was doing herself. Determination, good planning, and her hard work, and she became a IAS officer. So your resources should not stop your goals. Okay, your resources should not stop your goals. So this is creativity, means you are not having any resources, but you are using, or you are trying other methods, and then you are completing your task. This is called as creativity. Okay, so there are ways to unleash your creativity within you. Okay, and I hope all the students who are listening this session, maybe they are so creativity, that's why they have written so many good answers, because I got very good answers. No one gave me negative answer. Okay, very good. Thank you, everyone. Now, come to number 4th skill. And I have written in the table about this third skill. You have this level of skill in a good way, good level, better level, or best level. Okay. So number 4, and by the way, those students who know me personally, they can send me the picture of this table personal on my personal WhatsApp. Okay. And those who are in group, they can take my number from the group and they can send me the picture personally. Okay. So number 4 skill is people management. Okay. Now most of the parents, when in the school we were teaching people management, most of the parents were telling me, oh, there is no need to teach people management to grade 5 student. No, from this age you have to learn. First of all, listen, what is people management? When you will grow up, you will manage the companies, inshallah, or organization, or you could be the principal of the school or CEO of the company, or you could be an entrepreneur running a business. So managing people is very important skill, irrespective of how many jobs get automated and how advanced artificial intelligence becomes. I hope you know artificial intelligence. Okay, this world is now, it's becoming, going towards artificial intelligence. Humans will always be a company's most prized resources. Robots, artificial intelligence, and computers cannot, they can never replace you. Okay, so human beings are more creative. better at reading each other, and able to take advantage of each other's ideas and energy. But being human also means that we get sick, we get demotivated, and we get distracted. So it's a vital that in the future, managers and team leaders know how to motivate their teams, maximize their productivity, and respond to their needs. Maybe you will go to any hospital and you will work like a doctor. So you have to, you are a leader now. Maybe you are in a company and you are becoming a CEO, you are a leader now. Okay, maybe you are in a school and you are now a principal or HM, so you have to manage some people. Okay, and you are a leader now, so you have to manage people. Number one strategy you can apply to people management is to learn to solve the problems of your siblings. Okay, you can learn to solve the problems of your siblings. And I know most of the girls, they are doing these activities, because many parents, they complain that boys, they don't involve in solving the problems of their siblings. So it should not be like that. Boys and girls, if you are elder brother or elder sister, what you can do, God has made you a leader of your brothers and sisters. So what you can do, you can solve the problems within your siblings. Maybe they are fighting, you can listen to them, and you can solve the problems. You can, finish their fightings. So involve with your siblings. This is the first stage to be a leader. When you are an elder brother or elder sister, means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made you a leader. Okay, and you are a leader of your siblings. So this way, this is the first stage to manage the people. Okay, number two stage is volunteer any charity work. It will teach you to manage people. Okay, and most of the students, they learn to volunteer, they want to do the charity work also. Number third strategy is create and manage your own outdoor games with your team. Okay, so if you are involving in these activities will make you a good manager. You know how to manage the people, and you have to learn to deal with the people politely. If you are a manager, if you are a leader of your siblings, this doesn't mean that you should not talk politely. You should learn how to be a good manager of your siblings or leader of your siblings with good skills. Okay, the next strategy for managing people is learn to manage your anger in critical situation. A good leader is always a good person. Okay, he know how to control the anger. The next tip is learn to deal with the people you don't like. If you are a manager and if you don't like an employee, it doesn't mean you will kick him out. Okay, and if you are the leader of your brothers and sisters or your cousins or your friends and you don't like someone, it doesn't mean that you will kick out her or him from the group. Okay, you have to deal with the people you don't like. Okay, so these were 4 skills. Now come to number 5 skills, coordinating with others. Okay, so social skills dominate the list again at number 5. The people who have more interpersonal skills and an array of masses who play well with others have more chance to become more successful in the life. Okay, so if you know how to manage people, how to coordinate with others, it will make you successful in your life, inshallah. Collaborating with others is a crucial in any work environment, and this is something that thankfully humans still better at than robots. Okay, we are better in coordination with others as compared to robots. The WEF report explains that such non-routine interaction is at the heart of human advantage over machine. Okay, so this coordinating with others quality is the human advantage over machines. So what coordinating with others involves, and unfortunately the people who are living in Gulf countries, the kids or the students who are living in Gulf countries, they don't have this opportunity. to coordinate with the people. Very rarely they coordinate with the people, because we are not living in the joint family. We are living in single family. So only 2 3 brothers, or sometimes one daughter, or one girl, or one boy, like so very small families we are having. But what you can do, see how you can involve yourself in coordinating with others. Number one strategy is strong communication skills. Okay, if we are not getting the chance to talk with many relatives or friends, what we can learn? We can learn public speaking. Okay, we can here people in Gulf, they can learn public speaking. Many online classes are there. They are providing these facilities. Even we have also started public speaking courses. So mashallah, many students have joined public speaking. So here the kids in Gulf countries, they face these problems. So they can do these kind of courses, like they can improve their communication skill by joining public speaking classes. Number two strategy is an awareness of other people's strengths and weaknesses. You should know that what other people's strengths and weaknesses are there, and being able to work with a range of different personalities. Okay, so that then you will be able to deal with different personalities. Again, it will all be going to work when you will deal with the people. Okay, so this number 5 skill is coordinating with others. And when it will work, when will you will deal with the people. But here in Gulf countries and in India also, and Pakistan, other countries also, what the students they are doing, they want to deal the people on social media. They don't want to deal the people directly. Okay, now this is pandemic. I'm not talking about pandemic, but before pandemic also, when we were openly going anywhere and we were meeting the people, that time also students, they didn't want to go outside. They don't want to meet different kind of people. Okay, so meeting people on social media is different than when you meet people in real life. Okay, to increase the this skill, coordinating with others, most of the students, they will say, okay, what I will do, I will deal the people on social media. No, I'm not telling like this. In real life, you have to meet the people and you have to coordinate with the people. Okay, and so 50% session is done now. Only 5 skills are remaining. Now come to number 6 skills. Okay, and I hope you are writing on your paper that you are coordinating, how good you are at coordinating with others. Okay, maybe in your school, how were you?
Yes, ma'am.
You were good with friends or not, like this. Okay, so number 6 skill is emotional intelligence. Okay, and this is a very, I think for younger kids like grade 5, grade 6, it's difficult to understand. Now I will explain them what is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is defined as a person's ability to express and manage feelings appropriately while respecting the feeling of others. Okay, it means you have to how good you are dealing with others. Okay, by respecting the feelings of others. Okay, it's a set of skills that children can begin learning at any age. Okay, now I will tell you some good points or importance of emotional intelligence. High emotional quotient is linked to high intelligence quotient. I think you all know intelligence quotient means how intelligent you are. This is shown by intelligence quotient. If a child is good at emotional quotient, children with higher level of emotional intelligence perform better on standardized tests. They also tend to have higher grades. Okay. Number 2, the second important is better relationships. Emotional intelligence skills helps kids manage conflict, that develop deeper friendships. Okay, so he know the mentality of other person, and that's why his friendship is better. And adults with high emotional intelligence also report better relationships in their personal and professional lives. Okay, so childhood emotional intelligence is linked to higher success during adulthood. Okay, and there was a study American Journal of Public Health found that child social and emotional skills is in kindergarten may predict lifelong success. Okay, so even from this research is telling that from kindergarten, if the child's mental health or if child emotional skills are good, then he can become more successful in life. Okay, so the overwhelming response from professionals was that when it comes to desirable skill sets, means from all the skill sets, overall social skills such as persuasion, emotional intelligence and teaching others will be in higher demand across industries and to be a professional. Means if you want to be a good professional in future, in the 21st century, if you want to become a good professional, you should have emotional intelligence and you should have all these other skills, and other one of the skill is teaching other also. So you can teach your siblings also, you can learn this skill, you can teach your siblings and you can teach your friends also. This is not just the responsibility of your parents. Okay, you, if you are teaching your siblings, means you are learning something, you are learning your, you are improving your skill. Okay, so this is all about emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence literally informs every interaction we have. There was an article I have read, I have gone through the article in Forbes, and it was written by Brad Berry, and he explained that it affects how we manage behavior, navigate social complexities, and make personal decisions that achieve positive results. So if we want positive results, what we can do? How we manage behavior means how we manage our anger, how we manage our feelings, and how we navigate with social complexities. So it will give the positive results in our future life. Okay, either it's family life or either it's professional life, we should know the emotional intelligence. Okay, so it's social skill that particularly important to managers and leaders and the workers also. Now we will see how to improve it, how to improve your emotional intelligence. Number one, first way is model appropriate ways to express feeling. Okay. Okay. So the best way to learn how to express feeling is learn healthy coping skills. Okay. So if we are angry, we should learn hope the situation. Okay, nowadays kids, students, they don't know how to cope the situations. So learn specific skills. For example, you may be benefit from learning how to take a few deep breaths when you are angry to calm your body down. My next question to you is, how do you cope up when the situation when you are angry? What you do? You just throw the things, you just throw the stuff here and there, or you just beat your brothers and sisters, or you just calm down yourself by inhaling or changing your position. Okay, so write in the chat box the answer. Now the next skill is judgment and decision making. The ability to make sound judgment calls, the and neck for strong decision making skill is forecast to move up the list to nab the 7th spot by the 21st century. Means this is the 7th skill, okay, numbered in the skill set of 21st century. Means you should have this ability to judgment and to make decisions. You should need to learn decision making from childhood, and to make decisions you need to do something creatively. In future this skill will be a part of your success, taking right decisions at time right time is a great part of your success. Okay, and it's a great element of your professional life also, and the life here in childhood also. So kids ask even these questions, you know. I have seen many kids, they can't make a decision quickly, you know. The In the future, those professionals who are making correct decisions in correct times, not by not delaying by not delaying, they will be successful. Okay, but nowadays I have seen many kids, they ask even these questions to the parents: shall I eat, shall I study? Wallahi, you are 10 years, you are 13 years old, and you cannot decide. You, when you have to do your basic routine task, when you have to take bath, when you have to eat, you have to take decisions. From this age, you have to learn how to take decisions. How can you improve your decision making skills? Okay, immediately. So this all you should learn these skills to take a decision quickly. Start getting a whole lot more comfortable with data. How you will improve this ability? Listen to me. First of all, what you will do, you will start a whole lot more comfortable with that data. First, figure out what question or problems you want to answer. Then set aside time to explore new data tools and technologies. Means you have to collect the information. What I am going to do, okay, what I am going to do, what I actually want to do, okay, and then you have to manipulate the data and then take a decision. It's very easy. Means you have to think around the situation and then you can take the decision. Okay, so learn from the experience. You have to learn from the experience. If in the past you had some bad experience, you have to learn from the experience. Then don't every time become easily convinced. Think that what is the situation. Number third is have option. Then number four is argue. Okay, argue it out. Know the context. Then experiment and get others' perspective also. You can take suggestions.
Ma'am, you're muted, ma'am.
Yes, yes. So nowadays, students, they don't take care of others' perspective, especially they don't take care of parents' perspectively. Don't think only you are smart because you know you are a coder or you are doing top in the class. Your parents and elders they have 35 years of experience. They know more than you. So get their perspective also. Okay, so this way with the help of your elders and with your past experience and with the context, with the experiments, you can make good decisions. Okay, and this is the skill we need in the future. Okay, this is the skill you need in the future to become a good professional. Okay, number 8 is service orientation. And service orientation is defined as the ability to actively look for ways to help people, having strong service orientation. So skills is all about shining spotlight on consumers and anticipating what their needs will be in future. Okay, so this skill is also very important. Service orientation means how you are giving services to people. Okay, because when you start a company or you are a doctor or you are an engineer or you are a professional teacher or principal, you have to provide service to people. Okay, so this way you need to learn what is their demand. Okay, you need to learn what's their demand, what they want, what they don't want, what they like. So from this age you should learn all these. How you can learn this skill? Keeping involving yourself in your father's job, what your father is doing. Maybe your father is a computer engineer, or when he is talking to client, or maybe your father or mother is a businesswoman or businessman. What you can do, you can just involve, you can just listen to their decisions from this age. So from this age you will be business minded from this age. So you have to involve yourself in your parents' profession also sometimes. Okay, when you have time, don't waste your time here and there. You can involve with your parent. So this will teach you service orientation, means what is the demand of the people nowadays, what they want, what they like, what they dislike. Okay. Ninth skill is negotiation. Negotiation means discussion aimed at reaching an agreement. And for this also we need conversational skill. See, with robots infiltrating the workforce and job automation flagged to become increasingly a complaints, social skills will be more important than ever in the future. Why? Because we are far better at social interaction and negotiations than robots. We are better. So how to deal with the people? This is also a good job, and if you will learn from this age, you can apply in your future also. So for this also, we need conversational skills. If we don't have conversational skills, then how you will negotiate with the people? So conversational skills, how to talk, how to give respect to the people, how to ignore some other comments of the people, what comments should be accepted, what should be ignored. These things should be learned from the childhood. If you are sending message to a teacher, you are not writing greetings and you are just directly coming to the point that I want this, I don't have this notes, you didn't send this note. This is not the way to talk to the teacher. So we should learn what? Conversational skills. The 10th and last skill is updated in technical skills. You should be more updated in technical skills. Okay, be updated in your technical skills. With the technology world moving so fast, it is now very challenging to keep up with all new technologies out there. It becomes a pain to find and apply new technologies when we don't have sufficient knowledge. So technology is very important. Now, how you can be updated from this age? See, this is your part. Most of the boys and girls, they like technology, they like to use gadgets. You are better than us, you are better than your parents regarding gadgets. So what you can do, how you can improve yourself? You can join online courses. See, online courses are one of the way to improve your existing skills or to learn new technologies. Back in the day when I was in college, this was my favorite approach to learn new stuff. I did C, C++, AutoCAD, MS Office. That time it was very, like 15 years back, it was very rare and skill. So I tried to learn that, which is helping me till now. There are so many platforms which are providing online courses during this pandemic. During our times, we were not getting the opportunity. We had to travel long distances, ask our parents how did they gain education. Maybe your parents, they were going to college by bicycle or bike, but you are getting the education at your home, online education. These platforms are great for theoretical concepts and also require commitment. It is like a full course you do in college. Grab these online courses opportunities to update yourself for 21st century. If even in the vacation or when you are free, when you don't have exam, you can join small courses. So you will get to know how to conversate with the people. You will learn new technologies. You will learn new skills. Okay. So these online courses will help you to improve your technical skills. Number 2 is utilize YouTube to learn new skills. There are so many videos on the YouTube, not only the technical, but others also. So you can use YouTube for that. But this is very sad that students, what they want to watch on YouTube, they just want to watch joker YouTubers. And they are not finding or they are not gaining anything from these YouTubers. What they are teaching? They are just making fun of others. They are just wasting your time. So rather than liking and commenting on these joker YouTubers, what you can learn, search good videos which can teach you good skills. Okay. And what other things you can do? You can learn new technical games. Don't play other games, but make your own games. You can make your own games. Maybe you have heard the name of that boy, and he started to make game from the age 9, and in the age of 12 he became a richer man. Okay, he was selling his own games. Learn game development, learn logic and reasoning by new advanced computers, languages in vacation. Time is precious, utilize each moment precisely. So now we have done all the 10 skills. So these were the 10 skills. Now you can check the table you made and work on your weaknesses. Okay, this is my request to you. Now I have explained all the 10 skills. Now you can work on that, check where you are good, where you are bad. Okay, as our world and workforce continue to rapidly evolve, it's clear that we all need to develop alongside it if we are going to keep space within the changes. As one of the author, Emmett Brown, put in Back to the Future, he says that where we are going, we don't need roads, but you might need a roadmap. So we don't need roads, we need roadmaps. Okay, so arm yourself with these 10 skills to future proof your career. Okay, so this was all about the 10 skills we have learned today, and inshallah these skills will help you in your future. Okay, I hope you will work on your weak points and have a blessed life ahead, and you may reach the heights of success. Thank you. Now just check this table. Okay, and I hope you have filled this table. Okay, I hope you have filled this table, and in this stepping stone we do the sessions like this, and we have some courses also. We have started some courses like public speaking, coding, Vedic maths. If you want to join our courses, just be in touch. We have our Facebook page. You can check the information from that Facebook page, or most of the students, they have joined our WhatsApp groups. We have different WhatsApp groups for girls and boys. Okay, so this is all about the session. If you have any question, just ask me. Raise your hands. When you will raise your hands, we will unmute you. Okay, if you have any doubts or question, just ask me. Anyone having any question, any doubt? Please raise your hands if you have any question regarding this session. Yes? Anyone having any doubt? Dear students, or I will ask you some questions. You can raise your hands, okay? If you don't have any doubt, I will ask you some questions. Okay, I will ask you some questions. Can anyone tell me the sequence of the skills we have learned? Yes, Azma.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Azma.
Complex problem solving, critical
Yes.
thinking, creativity, people management,
Yeah.
people, emotional intelligence,
Mhm.
judgment and decision making.